As Mr. Parsons said, P&Z had a public hearing on it last Thursday and recommended do pass.
Okay, with that, I'd entertain a motion to approve the first reading of ordinance 615.
So moved.
Second.
Motion and second to approve the first reading of ordinance 615. Any further questions, comments? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Public hearing number 2 is an application to rezone that part of the northwest corner lying south of the railroad right-of-way and the west half northeast quarter lying south of the railroad right-of-way, section 33, from NRC to 8 Hever Industrial. It's encompassed with the first reading of ordinance 616. Brian.
Fairly lengthy legal description.
I stopped about halfway through.
It was fun typing it. This is the property that we recently annexed north of Holly Boulevard, currently owned by the Risty family. This is the location for that proposed sand mine. You approved the annexation at the last meeting, sometime last month. So this would rezone it. Any property that we bring into the city limits is typically zoned NRC, Natural Resources Conservation District, until an application is made by the property owner. At this point in time, they would like to change that to heavy industrial, which would allow mining of the property with a conditional use permit. So there's still one more step in front of the Planning and Zoning Commission. I believe it's scheduled for November 5th, where the P&Z Commission will consider a conditional use permit that would allow the mining activity.
Very good. With that summary, I'd entertain a motion to approve the first reading of ordinance 616.
So moved. Second.
Motion is second to approve the first reading of ordinance 616 as presented. Any further questions from council?
Just if you hear any concerns or questions or something that you want addressed, please get them to us as soon as we can, because we'll need to review those with the applicant prior to the public hearing on the conditional use permit.
Very good. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Moving on, the golf course, item 9A1, the management request for proposal.
I did not get that done today. So most of it's done. It's not ready to go yet. I'm thinking since we're going to have a special meeting Thursday, maybe I could present it then. It won't take long.
Okay, moving on, 9A2.
Quick question on that. Andrew, you had said you were going to invite Landscape this evening. They declined, or?
They're just too busy. He's got other board meetings he has to go to.
They can't have any representation here?
Tonight, do they? They don't have anybody here.
No, I'm saying,
Did they get anybody here? No,
Right.
I specifically asked Jake because he's the one I worked with.
okay. I guess I would request that they attend this meeting when we're going to discuss it.
We have a pay app number 3 on the golf course flood repair project in the amount of $61,822.91 to Landscapes Unlimited. I have a motion to approve that.
So moved.
Second.
Motion is second to approve pay app number 3 to Landscapes Unlimited. Any questions? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Resolution 2088-20 sets the 2021 golf course rates. Okay, I have a motion to approve as presented.
We'd like to add just a small section in there regarding that the golf course manager can set fees for outings. It's not explicitly stated in there. It would make the city attorney happy if we included that language. So I will add that. I don't have it in front of me, so I'll add that as the last section, after the last section.
Motion to approve as amended.
Second.
Motion is second to approve the resolution 2820, adding the golf course manager has the ability to set the fees as if he deems appropriate for golf outings. Any further questions, comments from the council? If not, all in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. We have a pay app for the pool project number 3, $117,621.23 to Beckenhover Construction. Entertain a motion.
I make a motion, Mayor. Second.
Motion is second to approve pay app number 3 to Beckenhofer Construction. Any questions, comments? Be remiss if I didn't say I was hoping it would be a little further along than what we are, and that it's only about a quarter of the way along.
Yeah, they
We
do hope to
specifically, excuse me, we specifically went into this to try to get this thing done so we would hit the ground running next spring, and I'm a little worried of that happening. Of course, with COVID the way it's going, maybe that'll be answered for us, I don't know, but
They do hope to get the concrete poured yet this year. If they can do that, that'll be a big improvement. And then they did order the slides and all the equipment. So half of it's here, and COVID, it doesn't seem like COVID has have anything on back order. So they should have all the equipment installed in the building 90% done, and the concrete work done this year. So in the spring, all they have to do is install the slides and the little tiered structure for the splash pad.
okay. Very good. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. With a report from the fire department for the fiscal year ending on September 30th, I believe it was. I did note that they had 419 calls this year versus 466 last year, which would be a reduction of about 10%, which is a good thing. Thank you for all they do.
Mayor, real quick before we leave public safety, could I ask Chief Weir just real quick if there's like any information? I've had a lot of inquiries on the social media videos on the break-ins or attempted break-ins. Anything you can share?
Yeah, Joe Weir, Police Chief. I reviewed the files at the police department. We've had a report of 2 different cars had things taken out of them. Also had a separate, 2 separate reports on windows being broken in. I don't believe that the 2 separate matters are tied to each other, in that I think the broken window incidents are kind of retaliatory towards other issues, separate from the 2 car break-ins. We have reviewed some video online. We haven't had any video submitted to us from rings or other type of mechanisms like that. And so at this point, it's still under investigation. I don't think that this is, I had an inquiry today asking if this is what the explanation is for the increase. I don't think this is an increase. I think these things have happened in the past. It seems like social media, my wife forwards me a lot of the social media aspects. I don't look at it myself. But it seems like it's being made out bigger than it is. I mean, really, we're just talking about the 2 cars and then the other 2 windows being broken out on a separate, unrelated matter. So, yeah, it's concerning, but these things they can be very difficult to resolve without people turning on video with them capturing the perpetrators on it. Even then, it's hard to identify if they're wearing masks, and it seems like it's up to criminal behavior is wearing masks now, as it's kind of justifiable. Yeah. So.
With all due respect, that's a pretty profound statement, social media making a bigger thing of it than what it is.
My mom was alive to hear you say that I made a profound statement. It'd be nice. But.
Right.
Thank you for the update. It's also reassuring to hear that there aren't 30 of these reports, so
right.
Appreciate that.
Yes, ma'am.
Next, we have Ordinance 614, which amends the 2020 budget with several items. Christina, you want to quickly review all those items?
I can. The first one would be the core reconstruction project. Just the timing of this last year when we got it on the budget, we didn't have preliminary numbers on this. This would bring those up to those numbers on both the professional services we're seeing in the contract on the bid item on that. The STP fund would be transferring money out of there actually into the core reconstruction area. Holly Main Sewer, again, last year we thought they would be further along than they were. So we're just bringing that up to where we think we're going to be at by the end of this year. Brandon Park Edition is kind of closing that out, actually. We had one small expense that came in this year, and then it'd be transferring that money out, and that actually went into the Rushmore project to kind of cover the costs of the professional services on that. The general fund, really the top three right there, was reimbursed with COVID or coronavirus relief funds. The fourth one is insurance. We saw an increase in that with all of our capital projects we saw that had this year. And the Parks Department was some increase or costs that came in due to the flood last year that we improved McCarty Park down there. And the TIF 3 fund, we paid off that debt this year and decertified that so we could get that off the books.
Okay, thank you. Can I have a motion? Approve it. Motion and second to approve ordinance 615 with the amendments to the 2020 budget as outlined by Christina Smith. Any further questions? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. We have change order number 4 on the core area project, which adds $20,800 to the total project. If I could have a motion to approve change order number 4.
So moved.
Motion is second to approve change order number 4 in the amount of $20,800 addition. Any questions? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Pay app number 7 on the core area phase 1 project, $428,584.77 to Sukup Construction. I'd entertain a motion. Motion is second to approve pay app number 7 as presented.
Tammy, what percentage would you say we are done with the project?
They plan to lay the rest of the asphalt this week, and then next week they have to do topsoil, and then they're going to plant trees and do dormant seeding. So I would say 90%. We're almost there. 2 more weeks.
All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. We have 2 wage adjustments, moving Matt Brown to $20.89 an hour and Jeremy Olson to $20.29 an hour. I can have a motion to approve those 2 wage adjustments. Motion is second to approve the wage adjustments for Matt Brown and Jeremy Olson as presented. Any questions?
Just an update, Matt is a member of the National Guard, and he has been activated to regular duty through the end of the year, at least. And at least
Till January 1/1/21.
All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. We have an amendment to the Stockwell Engineers contract to move the pressure relief valve building affiliated with the water tower project, adding $25,000 to the contract, making the total contract $564,632. Can I have a motion to approve? Motion is second to approve the amendment to the Stockwell Engineer contract with respect to the water tower project. Any questions? All in favor signify by saying aye. Opposed? Motion carries. We have a proposal in the amount of $8,500 for Stockwell Engineers to replat the golf course, also in conjunction with the water tower project and the pressure relief valve building. Could I have a motion? Motion is second to approve the Stockwell Engineers proposal in the amount of $8,500 to replat the golf course as presented. Any questions?
Were we going to then rezone it once we replat it?
Yep, once the replat is done, once the replat is done, we'll get a petition, or an application in to rezone it to institutional.
All in favor signify by saying aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Pay app number 13 to H&W Contracting in the amount of $567,597.60. Entertain a motion. Motion and second to approve pay app number 13 to H&W Contracting as presented. Any questions? All in-
How far are they? Are they gonna be done?
So- Yes.
They be out of here.
Yes, so they need to seed and then plant a couple trees along Main Avenue yet, but otherwise that work along there is done. So up to phase 5 is done. They have one phase left and that work is in the park, and so they'll have to put in the force main. So they plan to have that completed by November 15th. So no more pavement anyway, they have to bore under the road.
Three-year project. Wow. That's all I can say. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Item F4, we have a water treatment plant survey that was presented in your board packet. I'd entertain a motion to approve the survey as presented.
I would make a motion, but omitting item number 6. I'm just a bit apprehensive to put out options that we know are not realistic. If we know softening is going to be 12 to 17, I'm not sure I'm following the logic of asking if they would be willing to pay 1 to 5 or 6 to 10 or 0. Those, to me, those just seem irrelevant.
Is there a second? Second. Motion and second to approve the water treatment plant survey questionnaire with the omission of item number 6. Questions, comments?
I would agree with Dana on that. If we can't do it, why put it out there? Just get their hopes up. How are we going to distribute this? What's our plan?
Our plan is to finalize it tomorrow. I'll send it up to the billing company and they'll put it in the billing. That will go out next week on Monday. Also next week on Monday, I would send it out on social media, Facebook, textedly, email, everything that we've been using in the past.
And we talked about 2 weeks. Is that the time frame we'll do?
We would close it on November 8th. I believe that's a Sunday. We'd close it that night. It's a little over 2 weeks just because for the bill to get it out in the mail. They won't get that until mid next week, towards the end of next week. And I think Jill will probably have it in the paper too. I think she was in last week, so those are kind of our...
Do we still have the construction signs up where we could put it on there? I mean, just say complete survey at whatever we're calling it. You know, the one that Tammy does.
Yep.
Yeah.
Those are still out. Yep.
I'm just trying to think, does the chamber have anything that we could use? We've got that corner where...
You know, the chamber could send it out to their businesses.
Yeah. But they have the sign on the corner of Aspen and Split Rock. I don't know what they have up there right now. Shop small, okay.
We'd have to get a new van.
Yeah. I'm just trying to think of where else we could plop it.
On the envelope itself, from the billing company, is there a way of putting on survey enclosed? Just,
I can ask them.
yeah, you know, I mean, a lot of people, they get it, they open it up, they pull the bill out, they throw the rest of it away.
If they open it. We don't even open it.
You don't open it?
I don't think we don't irritate it. I don't think so.
Any other questions, comments?
The other idea would be the portable signs that Dick has. What's Dick's name? Pickering. On the corner by Oak Ridge, if we wanted to put something out there.
All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. A wage adjustment for Larry Bixby to $25.28 an hour. Entertain a motion. Motion is second to approve the wage adjustment for Larry Bixby to $25.28 an hour. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Financial statements were included in your agenda. Any questions, comments on those? either council or administration?
Nope, there's one item to add to the calendar. November 9th, the Sioux Falls City Council has invited you to a joint meeting, social meeting, at 6 o'clock at the Barrel House. I'll send out an email to let you know.
Okay. Being no further business, I'd entertain a motion to adjourn at 6:26 PM. Motion is second to adjourn at 6:26 PM. All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you all.
So Brian, the golf RFP, we can vote on it on Thursday then?
Yeah,
Oh, okay, since we have the CIP meeting,
it's a work session, but
you can still vote on things?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
We just don't do it at briefing meetings.
Right.
We don't conduct any business at briefing meetings. We've got a special meeting.
So since we're doing